The topic I call the despised life. The despised life is worth sharing with you. I don't know if you've ever experienced any form of rejection. I have several times, and so I can readily relate to when somebody is relating the story of being rejected. And no one can even slip into depression if rejection is not properly handled. People still reject people from time to time, and that's because from time to time we have refused to learn, we have refused to understand that only God builds individuals and He makes them who they turn out to be. We've had individuals look at people and conclude this one cannot be better than what he is right now. I'm sure somebody will ask, how do you mean? There's this story of this popular and wealthy man of God who was interested in marrying the daughter of a deputy governor when they were in school. And the lady asked him, who do I tell my dad I'm bringing home? And so she concluded it will be a nobody. A lot of us will say, why we should do that? But we do ourselves. We despise people by judging them based on who they are and not on what they stand to become. And of course, I want to say that's being short-sighted. My numerous stories of rejection kept me going until I met my wife, that even when she saw nothing in me, decided to stick closer because of my love for God. Individuals have thrown away their golden crowns because it was presented to them in a furnace. Some of us will say, she doesn't look like it. It cannot be the one. I mean, can't you see me? It doesn't even look presentable. You see this, you and I don't think we can walk. Psalm 75 verse 7. The New American Standard Version says, but God is a judge. He puts one down and exalts another. Verse 6 of that same chapter 75 says, for not from the east, nor from the west, nor from desert comes exaltation. This alone is the reason we have to constantly look at everyone around us, everyone who is asking for the hand of our daughters in marriage, with the eyes of God, with the eyes of love. Have I said you should accept every Tom, Dick, and Harry? Far from it. But what I'm saying is that do not let the feeling of being better, status-wise, affect the real sense of judgment, your real sense of judgment. When you are at that particular point, I'm better, mental-wise, or status-wise, you can never hear God, or better still, your sense of judgment can never be sound. And therefore means you are prone to making a judgmental error. I always tell people that before you take any decision in life, remember there is always an ant in every giant and a giant in every hand. God built individuals or everyone to the specification He will have them operate from. So from history, every life despised has always turned out to be better than the life that despises whenever God is involved. So you cannot afford to talk down people. You cannot afford to look down on people based on his pocket, maybe based on the family he's from. That shouldn't even be the first thing that should come out from her, that should be in her mind. I always tell my wife that if I have a daughter, I will tell that daughter that whoever you're going to settle down with, whichever man you're going to settle down with, as long as he can define his place in life, then that man is a person one should be with. It's not what we are seeing currently. What we had before is not what we are having right now. The world is gradually changing, and those that survive are those that maintain a particular kind of mindset. That mindset of sticking to God, that God is the one that built everything. I'm here today doesn't mean I'm going to remain here. Psalm 16 verse 5 says, the Lord is the portion of my inheritance. That means God Himself is my inheritance. So if my eyes are on God, if my purpose is about God, if where I am is about God, then definitely I'm going to inherit God. The Bible says that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. That therefore means that if I have God, I have everything. And the point is that now I've been able to have my own inheritance with the right kind of mindset, not because I feel that today is better. So and I'm looking at you that it looks as if your today is questionable. It therefore means that you are going to remain like that all the days of your life. It doesn't happen that way. God built a man. God is the one that takes a man from nothing to something. Even most of the family that a lot of us would readily like to associate with, the so-called rich people, didn't start where they are. They grew from something. A lot of them have grown from nothing, from no money. Like my dad would always tell me when he was going through his time during his education years, he would withdraw from school for a particular year, go and work, save up money, then go back to school. So he spent 12 years, going through standard 6. So you can imagine that. But the point is that he was determined to go to school. He was determined to add value to himself, and that is why he was able to do that. So, but the point is that he was somewhere, and if he himself had judged himself based on those years that my life is ruined, I cannot go to school, I can and dropped all his value because of his financial status, then he won't have gotten anywhere. And that's why we must always judge people based on where God is taking them to, based on God himself, based on the capacity and sufficiency of God, before we can conclude about people. And so that's what I just have to tell you. And if this has blessed you, please do not forget to share, do not forget to push the like button, and when we see that, it gives us a good feedback that we are actually doing something good, and it keeps us going. So God bless you. Please share with, feel free to share with people. God bless you real good. The name is Udo.